big, they will be disappointed.
Welcome back, everyone. I know this is not the Time to Kill Test Part 2 that I said was going to be coming out next. Unfortunately, I'm having some issues with that. I lost some footage, so me and my recording buddy Valkyrie will re-record that footage as soon as possible. But for today, I have my first tutorial for you. And if it's not already apparent, it's going to be a how-to on playing carriers for World of Warships. As you can see, I'm going to be using the Midway carrier, and that is the Starfleet pattern or skin on it. I know most people starting out that will watch this tutorial will not have the Midway, but what I'm going to say is for all levels. It doesn't matter if you're starting with a tier 3 or if you're using the Midway or another legendary. It does not matter. It will be consistent with them all. Now, yes, I know this is A versus AI, but as you'll see, I am trying to finish my premium supply weekly, and I want this to be easy so I can actually show you what I'm talking about. And I will take into account and adjust what I say. Well, I guess. I'm not really sure on that one. But let's get to it. Okay, here we are in the Atlantic. Okay, now, first of all, do not use your torpedo bombers. Do not waste your torpedo bombers on the first flyover. Always switch to dive bombers for two reasons. Unless you're using certain US carriers like the Enterprise or the Tier 7 German carriers, or Tier 7 and up German carriers, you're going to have HE bombs. So they're not going to do very much damage. Even though US carriers are designated as bomber carriers, torpedo bombers still do more damage than HE bombs. Now, on the Enterprise and the Tier 7 and up German carriers, AP bombs will have a better chance of penetrating. But, for the most part, use your bombers as your scouts. Do not waste your torpedo bombers in the first run, because you're about to see what's going to happen to these bombers. Now, secondly, well, as you can see, this whole squadron is getting torn to pieces because it's just starting out. But it did exactly what it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Expose the carrier, which we saw over to the left. Just drop bombs on that ship. Remember, always set your course for an island. Now, do not get to an island and set yourself long ways with it. Do not park your nose right up against the island, because then that'll give the other carrier a perfect shot at you. They'll either come from the side or just right over the island and down on top of you. Always go with the island. That way, if they use torpedo bombers, they have to come around the island, go out, and then come back, getting hit by fighters and AA weapons. Okay, now what I was about to say a second ago. Do not, I know other tutorials will tell you to do this, do not go after destroyers. Do not go after them first. They're so small and so fast, you're going to be wasting torpedoes and bombs going after them first. Always go after the other carrier. I've seen this in this game and World of Tanks, because carriers are basically your artillery. The artillery of World of Warships. And like I said, I've seen this in this game and World of Tanks. They'll leave carriers and artillery for the very last kill. The whole game with in World of Tanks, artillery dropping shells all on your teammates and you. And in this game, you're constantly being harassed by torpedo bombers and dive bombers. And if you're using a cruiser that's got torpedoes or a destroyer, you line up a shot with your torpedoes and then you have to dodge torpedoes from a squadron of planes. There's a decent chance you'll get killed before you line up that shot again. So, as a carrier, do not target the destroyers first. Go after the carrier or carrier. Now, yes, I know this is AI and it's not going to react how I'm telling you it'll react, but usually after the first or second run on the carrier, whoever's playing that carrier will get pissed off at you and will come after you. Because instead of targeting everyone else on the team, you're going to be targeting him, and he's going to have to deal with you, or he's going to die, possibly. But doing this, you will not get very much damage. In fact, you probably will not get a kill. I know that kind of defeats the whole purpose of this tutorial, but that's just the way it is. Carriers will not make top spot. If you make top spot with the carrier, you are doing some damn fine targeting. But most carriers will not make it up till about 6th on the team, and that's just the way it is. But doing it like this, you will not get very much damage done. That's a sad reality, but carriers are support. They're not going in and doing massive damage like battleships or running in, detecting and dropping torpedoes as a destroyer, or setting back and basically being... Well, I'm not quite sure how to say that. Cruisers are kind of that middle ground where you do a little of all of it, so do a little of both. If you've got torpedoes, you kind of work like a destroyer, and if you don't, well, you kind of work more of a battleship. But carriers are that support. You're not going to get as much damage as you would with the others. But that doesn't mean carriers are not important. Now, by this time, if this was another player, he'd probably be launching dive bombers and torpedo bombers after me like crazy because I'm sitting here targeting him. Now, this is where another problem comes in. This is just unavoidable. Your squadrons will start depleting, and you might have to wait a minute or two for them to come back. As you can see, I only have half a squadron. Or, well, yeah, just say half a squadron. I only have half a squadron, so... Now... So, I mean, that's just the reality of a carrier. You're not always going to have a full squadron. Okay, and you see someone else got the kill on that carrier. But, and I know that kind of invalidates what I said. Oh, well, they always wait till the last guy to get the carrier. But sometimes this happens and it was next to last guy. But my point still stands. They wait way too long in the game, because if that would have been another player, they'd have been dropping bombs and torpedoes more regularly, more effectively.
Our victory is in sight.
So, yeah, my point still stands. Now, this will be a quick demonstration, but I will do another game and target destroyers first to show you exactly how much ammunition you waste. Which, I mean, I didn't think of it at the time. I could have got closer than that, because, I mean, he's going away from me, so the torpedoes would have had plenty of time to arm. But, well, you make mistakes. And just those torpedoes, I didn't have enough time to turn them. Okay. But sometimes, at this point in the game, you will get a full squadron, like this. And here's another problem with targeting destroyers. They die quick. So even if you make a run and miss, there's a good chance you won't get a second run, depending on what hits them. Okay. Alright. 42,000 damage. Not bad. Not bad damage. I mean, it's not something you get with a battleship at this high level, but it's not bad. It's a decent amount of damage. And here's stats. Yes, I know. Negative 99,000, but that's okay. It's okay. See, I'm working on a few things. So that's what AI is meant for. And you see, I'm at the bottom of the board. So, that was targeting the carrier. Now, like I said at the beginning, I know most people that's watching this video will not have the Midway or a high carrier like it. But that doesn't matter. These same traits can apply to any carrier. But let's get into the next part of this. This next round, I'm going to show you what happens when you target destroyers. And if this looks like the exact same footage from the beginning, it is. I did not record another set session like this so I could talk like this. I just reused what I already had. But yeah. Okay, let's get into this. Alright, round 2, Shatter. Alright, here we are. Now, again, dive bombers. Do not use torpedo bombers. Do not use those as scouts. Alright. 1 destroyer. Okay. The last game we had 3. I wish we had 3 this round. But remember, set your course. You don't want to be setting still unless you're right by an island. Although I don't see very many where I can actually set. Because this map is kind of... Well, I guess there's one way over there. But, okay, here we go. Get in the air, get this going. Okay. Now, like I said, this round is to show you what happens how hard it is to target destroyers. First, like every other video will tell you. They'll all say, oh, target the destroyers first, target destroyers first, target destroyers first. No. Don't do that, and this is why. Okay. Gotta find the little sucker first. Okay, there he is. Alright, start to dive. And drop. See what happens. Okay. That was a lucky shot. As you see, several of those bombs hit forward. And now this squadron's about to get wiped out. Because now I'm out in the middle of everything. Okay. See if I can make another run on him. And he's dead. Okay. So this round is not going to be showing you why it's a bad idea to target destroyers first. But we will target the other ships. They're not as bad because they're bigger. They're not as bad because they're bigger. They're a little slower. Light cruisers, they're a little lighter. Well, it's in their name, light cruiser. So they're a little faster, but they're still not that hard to hit. They're bigger than a destroyer at least. Heavy cruisers, about the same as a light cruiser. The cruisers in general, they're about the same on hitting, on ease of hitting. But battleships is really where it gets to be easy, mainly because of their size. But you still have to aim correctly. This is a lucky shot because, or lucky, because even if it missed the first battleship, there is a chance it might hit the other one, which it looks like it's about to hit. No. Missed both. No, there's a hit. Okay. Last squadron torpedo bombers. Okay. But as you can see, this is... Wow, these guys are dying quick. Well, they're AI, but still, sometimes if you get a bad team. I've actually lost AI rounds because of a bad team. Yeah, that's kind of sad to say. I don't know if that's saying something about myself or the team. Put in comments which one it's saying. Okay. As you can see, this is where battleships really get easy to target. Because that Yamato is probably going to get all 4. Yep. 4 torpedo hits. Why did I do that? That was just, oh, that was bad. That was a bad choice. That was a bad dive. Okay. Alright, now. Once it gets down, once you get an opening and you can get back into the back of the map, try to get back there. That way, when it gets down to the last, well, if you're doing this, which, like I said, go after the carrier first, but usually they'll be the last one anyways. Okay, here we go. Starting to dive. Okay, now look at that. Look at that big target. You see, that's why it's easier to hit battleships and cruisers, because they're so big. Battleships especially. But like I was saying, once you get an opening, try to get to the other side of the map. That way when the carrier is the only thing left, you're not wasting fuel trying to get to the carrier. You'll have plenty of fuel to make plenty of runs on it with each squadron. Basically like I just did with this Yamato. 2 runs, and can I get a 3rd? Oh, come on. Yes! 3 runs on the Yamato with plenty of fuel. Alright. Okay, as you can see, there's really nothing over here, so this is a perfect hole to get... Oh, shit. Okay, correction. There's a cruiser right there. Was that a cruiser or was that a battleship? Hold on. Cruiser or battleship? What was that? Okay, yeah, there was a cruiser right there hiding behind the island. Yeah, sometimes that will happen. But when it does, just... At this point, even if I stop, that cruiser could keep turning and be right on top of me. So just, when this happens, just keep going. Just keep going. Your secondary batteries will start firing, and you've got plenty of firepower to hit back. See, already getting hit from the secondary battery. And already got a squadron of bombers going after it. Okay. Those might... Nope. Got the back end. Okay, now this happens too when you're doing this. And there goes my dive bombers. I am pretty much out in the open, exposed. When you're going to the back of the map like this, sometimes this will happen. Especially with, well, in both cases. I mean, the AI are meant to beat us. That's what the AI are meant to do. They are meant to beat us. Although they almost never do. But we're never going to be better than them. They're always going to have the upper hand. In most cases. They're meant to give us a challenge. And 2 hits. Is it 2 or 3? Oh, three hits.
Problem
Alright.
solved, sir.
But as you can see, I'm far enough out that it's not really that big of a deal. Now, yes, if this was PvP and that was another player, I'd probably be dead by now. I will admit that. And I'm not doing so good right now. I'm sitting here on fire at 23,000 health. Okay, still going down. On fire. Boy, I wish my repair team was... that repair team needs to go on and get off cooldown. And like I said before, this happens. I am out of squadrons. But I got a few torpedo bombers, so here we go. Oh boy, 8,000. This will probably be my last squadron. Because I don't think I'm going to last much longer. This game either needs to end, or these guys either need to kill this guy, or it just needs to end. Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay. 60,000 damage. Okay, I got a little more damage, and I got a little higher on the team this round. But that's because I had more targets, and they were big targets. If I'd have been going after nothing but destroyers, I would have been lower on the board. I wouldn't be 6th on the team. But since there was only that one destroyer, well, that happens. So, yeah. Basically, to summarize, do not go after destroyers to begin with. Go after the carrier. The carrier is your objective. Playing carrier, as a carrier, your job is to go after the other carrier. Make that, if you're playing against someone, make that person hate you. Make that person want to kill you. You are meant to terrorize him. Every time you have planes available, send them after him. And drill this on AI. Every time you play AI as a carrier, go after the carrier. Just drill it. Get it down. After the carrier is gone, then target other ships if there are any left. Playing against other players, there could be one or two left. AIs, usually not. I know carrier is not a glamorous ship to play, but it has its qualities. So yeah, go after the other carrier. That's your job. Your job is to support the team, and part of that support is terrorizing that other carrier. Make him want you dead. Make him want to kill you. That way his attention is on you. Because it's a lot easier to deal with another carrier than it is to deal with a battleship or a cruiser. Or battleship, cruiser, or destroyer. So, well, I guess that's about it. Please like and subscribe. It helps out the channel, and I would very much appreciate it. So, I'll try to have the part 2 to the time to kill test for Halo out soon. So, I'm trying to finish that with Valkyrie. Me and him started that video. I don't want to just have one little bit of footage, someone else doing it. I'd like to finish it with him since we started that video. So it'll take a little while longer, but I'll have it out as soon as I can. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. I'm enjoying making these videos. I find them to be very fun. So, you enjoyed it, please like, please subscribe, leave a comment. I'd really like to start reading some comments. And I'll see everyone next time. Later.